Alright, I'm going to show you how to clean your rotor and your idler wheel and the inside rim of the platter. If you're noticing any sluggishness or slowdown in your record player and you've just replaced the idler wheel and there's fresh, clean, new, tacky rubber on the idler wheel, chances are there's oil getting somewhere on the control surfaces. So what we have to do is clean that oil and clean the surfaces so that we've got as much friction off the rotation of those components that we can get. So to do that, we're going to need to take the platter off. We're going to remove the C-clip. As you can see, it's open on one side and closed on the other. We're going to pry it off so that it'll free the spindle and the platter. We're going to use denaturalized alcohol to clean the rubber with. You can also use rubbing alcohol. You're going to need a Q-tip and a straight slot screwdriver. So I've poured a little bit of the denaturalized alcohol into the lid just so that we have a smaller amount to work with. And let's take the platter off. To do that, I'm going to need to prop the camera up here on the edge of the record player. Hopefully we can be successful at this. Good, I think that'll do it. Something like right. Bear with me. Right there. Okay. Alright, I'm just going to rotate the C-clip so that you can see what's going on. I'm going to put the screwdriver between the spindle and the inside edge of the C-clip and pry. There you go. You want to put one finger here when you're doing it so it doesn't spring off and disappear. So be sure and control it. It's kind of spring loaded. So we'll set that there. To remove the platter, it's just going to slide up the spindle and push this little rod up and down in the spindle, and it'll push it up as it comes off. Getting the spindle back on is more challenging because you got to hold this up while you clear this little step in the spindle. So anyway, whoops. Let's take the platter off. Just lift straight up. Make sure that your speed control is in neutral if you have a neutral position. This is the rotor, and in this rotor there's a bottom and a top wheel, and then this is the motor step rotor. So we're going to clean these surfaces that come in contact with each other. We're going to dip the Q-tip into the alcohol, and that's way too much alcohol. We don't want to drip it all over the place, so I'm going to just kind of smudge it off here and get some of it off. So I'm going to turn the bottom rotor while I clean the surface edge of the top wheel. Then I'm going to turn the top wheel and clean the bottom edge, the outer rim of the bottom wheel. Just rotate it a couple times, and then the motor rotor, just kind of hold it on each step as you turn it, at least one revolution each way. Kind of rotate your Q-tip as you go so that you've got a new clean surface and you're not just spreading any loose oil from one component to the next. Alright, then we want to go around and dry everything. Just one rotation up against the Q-tip will do it. Each step. And the alcohol dries pretty quick. We just want to make sure there's not any wet drips of alcohol on this when we test it, because it will interfere with the function. Next thing we're going to do is clean the inside rim of the platter. This is the edge that rubs up against the drive of the idler wheel. So to clean that, you want to get a clean cloth and just go around the edge. I'm going to take it off and, well, let's just finish. You just rotate it. Make sure there's no dirt or oil on there. So those surfaces are all clean and dry now. So now I'm going to show you how to reinstall the platter. To reinstall, again, make sure your speed control is in neutral, which will make sure that the idler wheel is not in contact with the rotor. Now it won't go down because we have to, like I said, we have to push this up. And what I'm doing is with my fingers, I'm pushing up from bottom while I'm guiding from the top. I want to hold that, and then this will clear the little step there. Just slide right on down in place. As you let it come down, give it a little spin to make sure it's in place and not touching anything. Now we're going to reinstall the C-clip. To do so, you place it where it belongs, right? And there's a little groove there, and you want to push on it as you rotate. See how I turned the platter, and it kind of twists it in place. And that's it. All right, guys.